it's a haven for those of us who were just lost. I've spent 9.5 months trying to find a place to live.
New resident and Almeda Fire survivor Melissa Brown has a story that's both incredibly unique yet ubiquitous to many living in Talent and Phoenix.
2 weeks after the fire, I turned 80. I have no family, and I just didn't see how I could recover.
Brown spent 9.5 months without a home to call her own. She spent 7.5 months in a small motorhome that she says one of the many angels around her let her use.
I have to say, there were angels everywhere who materialized around me, total strangers. Gil is one of them.
This is Gil Lavini, the property manager for Magnolia Gardens on the 400 block of Talent Avenue. These apartments were practically new the day the Almeda Fire swept through Talent and burned all the units to the ground.
We just finished this. This was about 3 weeks old, 1 month old. People just moved in. People were moving in the day of the fire.
As a fire survivor himself, he knows just how important accessible housing is after a disaster.
And they approved my plans to start again the same night at 9 p.m. on the day after.
This week, more than a dozen residents will be turning their keys into their permanent home for the first time in months.
So grateful. I'm just so grateful to have a place that I can say I have a home.
Grateful doesn't even begin to cover the emotions residents are feeling.
People are pretty excited. They're moving out of the hotels, or people are moving in from different states. It's a good day.
While only 24 units are completed and filled, the property owner tells us there will be 58 total units when construction is complete.
We'll have 8 more in about 2 weeks.
And while it might be a tough transition for some,
it's going to be difficult for me because I've owned my own home for decades and decades and decades, and I don't know how to be a tenant anymore.
Having a place to call home is just the beginning of a long road to recovery.
I'm grateful in ever so many ways, and this is going to work out just fine.